Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is scheduled for one fall. Introducing your hosts, Kids at Heart.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hi, Nick. What's going on, buddy?
Hi,
We're back here for Wrestle Reel.
Dude, again, This is another one of those weeks where it just feels like it's been like 3 weeks since we've done it. Also, I'm very sorry that I look so dark. I've been turning on lights like nonstop in my room just to try and see if I could brighten this situation up. That's a little better. Chris, how are you, my friend?
What's up, buddy? I'm good. I feel like I haven't spoken to you in literal days. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute.
Very busy, but I'm very glad that I am here doing Wrestle Reel. Very glad to be here live, as always.
You already know.
Here on a Friday at 6. Chris,
remember when we started doing Wrestle Reel, when we announced Wrestle Reel, like all over 29 weeks ago. We're on episode 29, dude.
Wow.
We've done 29 of these things. And when we started off the show, we were pre-taping everything, and we were like, maybe we'll go live on Fridays. Maybe. We've been on a hot streak. Yeah. I'll
talk to you after the show.
Did I just jinx it?
Yes.
Just me thinking.
Well, I don't know yet for sure. We might have to go pre-record it next week. That said, I would like to show. I was going through a desk, and I have an Ultimate Warrior of this as well. But okay. I attended a Royal Rumble party a while ago, and I won what was a Wrestle Crate box, but it was just full of random wrestling memorabilia.
Okay.
And inside of it was this mystery pack of these two little figures, and I found little Mox.
What the? Whoa! Can I see that again? Can you show me that again?
It's tiny little John Moxley.
Oh my gosh!
I have an ultimate. I pulled him an Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior is somewhere else, and there was like a wrestling book in there, and there is a Legion of Doom pin, which is hanging on my headboard over there. But this was a while ago. But I was looking through and I found little Mox. So I got to find a little Ultimate Warrior as well, and maybe I can figure out how to implement them into the show. Though he's so small that I feel like if I had him on the shelf, nobody would even know what the hell it is.
That was tiny. I took my glasses off for a second. Couldn't even see that.
By the freaking way. I know we're not really talking about AEW, but I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Wild Thing is awesome as a wrestling entrance. Holy crap.
Is that going to be our dark match for the week? Are we just going to make that official?
We can.
We can talk about that for a second.
Just for a second. We'll talk about that. We need a title card for dark match, but
one of these days.
I'll get to it when I ever have time. But yeah, so on AEW, because we're not really talking AEW a lot. This is a WWE episode for sure.
Yes.
AEW, we have John Moxley defending the IWGP United States Championship. It comes out to a new theme. Now, take it for granted, I've never seen him defend the IWGP United States Championship before. So I don't know if Wild Thing is just his entrance for when he defends that, like in New Japan.
Sure.
It could be. It very well could be, and that could have just been AEW pulling out all the stops. Because that's what they do.
Right.
I mean, they are the markiest company in the entire world, and we love them for that.
Bunch of mercs. Damn right.
And there's a reason why I will continue to say that, and it has to do with the ending of the show, which I'll get to in 1 second. But John Moxley coming out to Wild Thing. Chris Anthony Lopez, if I ever become a professional wrestler, will you come out to the ring with me like Eddie Kingston and just hype me the hell up? Because that was just that felt like that was really cool. Like the ovation from the crowd. I'm realizing that you say like what you say about Kenny Omega being like the star to come out of AEW as the recognizable name. John Moxley is just so freaking badass. And maybe, Mox isn't one of those guys who's going to be doing like, the Tonight Show or something like that. I could totally see Kenny Omega.
Never.
But like
the day John Moxley does a talk show. Oh my God.
Moxley is, in my opinion, is going to be one of those recognizable names just to come out of this. I mean, he was recognizable before as Dean Ambrose, but like, holy crap. has he just taken his shit to a new level. It's like I watch him and I don't understand how the WWE fucked him up so badly with this, pre-pandemic. I just dropped him on the floor. With this pre-pandemic, I dropped Mox. With this pre-pandemic, like germaphobe gimmick that was really weird, and have him lose to Nia Jax, or no, Derek Bateman. Why did I just call him Derek Bateman?
Why'd you call him Derek?
I meant EC3. On one of his go-away matches, he loses to EC3 out of all people.
You call him Derek Bateman.
I'm sorry, I called him Derek.
Don't
Bateman.
apologize. That was a deep pull. Oh my god.
I just miss Daniel Bryan so much. No, just kidding.
We all do.
And let's talk about that ending for a second. Miro goes over on Darby Allin to become the new TNT champion.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, there's a tweet going around of when he was Rusev and he had a TV in his hands. He tweeted at Lana saying now he's the TV champion. And wow, how things come full circle. And now Miro is the TV champion. Unbelievable. What a run by Darby Allin, by the way.
Right. So to acknowledge the first thing you said about Wild Thing, I'm not going to lie to you, Nick. I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not I don't know. And call me a mark, call me a punk, wink. That I'm not a big fan of of using already established songs, I know there's some what's what I'm looking for? There's some caveats to that, like Chris Jericho using a Fozzy song because it's his own damn song. CM Punk coming out to Living Color, all that stuff.
Here's the thing: is when CM Punk started to come out to Cult of Personality, I think it took him to another level.
Right, but something about Wild Thing doesn't rock with me. And maybe this is my Schmodown brain, but I'm not going to talk about that whole thing. That's on Monday, Spin from the Real, 8 p.m. Eastern. But I think the stuff with Ambrose, it just felt weird. Just him be like, wow, dang. I was like, oh, really? That's what we're going to do today? But that's just me being nitpicky. I still love Mox. They call him Ambrose. I love Mox.
He's Ambrose to us, damn.
Yeah. What the hell was that? Oh, but but Miro and Darby Allin. Yes, you're right. What a run by Darby Allin. 16 straight wins. 16 straight wins.
I don't think we're going to see that again for a while.
Yeah. Not if Cody Rhodes has something to say about it. But I like Miro being the TNT champion. It's finally time you push him correctly. I know we were talking about that a couple weeks ago on this show when they were going to give him that edge. Mm-hmm. We'll get to edge in a little bit, but that's off topic. When Arby's when Darby Allin lost, it was just the right time to do so. He got pushed down them damn stairs by Ethan Page, and he's obviously going to go into a feud with Page and or Scorpio Sky. And it's just the right time. Darby Allin don't need a belt. Ryan, what's going on? Ryan was hanging out in the chat. It's about time they were showing Miro as a killer. Darby would have been better served without Sting in his corner. I think he hung around Sting for a little too long. I can rock with that, Ryan.
Yeah. It's clearly leading to something between them because I think that something happened at the end. At the end of the match, because I don't know what's their capacity right now for live shows.
I think they advertise 25 or something, but they push it. They're about to have Double or Nothing in 2 weeks be full capacity. So
we're seeing interesting developments from the CDC about that. So I guess by the World Health Organization CDC type standpoint, it could be the right time. I don't know. I'm going to wear my mask for a little while longer just because.
Likewise,
that's kind of how I feel. But I don't know, man. I just Darby Allin had a great run. I wonder who feuds with Miro because it's one of those situations where who's the next face. Although is Miro a face even? I think he's a heel. Right?
He beat the hell out of Kip Sabian. If anything, I don't know how long they wrote off Sabian for. Sabian be fun to do at some point. Does Darby get a rematch?
I could imagine Darby gets a rematch, and the thing is
Jungle Boy.
Well, that's the thing though, is I'm having a hard time going, oh my gosh, look at that face right there. Look at that face. AEW is really good at creating heels, and they're good at creating top-notch. Either put them in the world title picture or have them fight for the IWGP United States Championship or the Tag Team Championships, or put them in a high-level feud like the way that they're doing it with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
It's just like there isn't a lot of lower echelon faces and even heels. Well, no, there's a lot more heels. There's a lot of lower echelon faces that, because you have a lot of those types of people who are fighting in those like 5-man tag team type matches and stuff like that. Jake Hager versus Miro would just kind of feel like a blast from the past almost if they were going to do it that way.
Right.
Our boy, friggin' Luchasaurus, that could be Miro versus Luchasaurus. Who would have ever thought that would just be the thing?
You mean our AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Luchasaurus?
Our AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
As far as we're concerned.
My head going, hey, there's my what's it called? My figure that I need to buy, because I think we both agreed that we're gonna get Luchasaurus figures.
I will proudly display that somewhere. I got my Orange Cassidy up there. Hey, OC at some point may jump back into that.
And yeah, is Pac a heel?
100%. Like, I gotta display my AEW figures. They're everywhere besides in front of the camera.
Right? As well?
I have Pac, Jericho, Rhodes, Kenny, and OC.
I mean, and Jericho's technically a face right now, but I don't see him ending this feud with MJF anytime soon.
Not yet, no. And like Ryan said in the chat, Ryan, thanks for hanging out, Ryan. Darby versus Sting in a cinematic match at All Out in September. Yo, Ryan Christensen bringing the heat.
I think that cinematic matches are probably the way to go with Sting for the time being. Just
facts, baby, facts.
He's older. You can control it. It's
right.
A little bit better. One more thing that I'd like to mention that's not in the regular show.
On a regularly scheduled program, yeah.
Unless you're saving it for the high spot, which I don't think that we discussed this. I don't know if you have a high spot today. I mean, this could count towards a high spot because it's a little bit weird what they're doing. Is the news that broke this morning. Or yesterday. I don't know if it was yesterday or this morning. You'll know what I'm talking about in a second. Is that Zelina Vega has appeared at the Performance Center.
We could say that for the high spot.
All I'll say about that right now is, first of all, the people who are going, that means Samoa Joe will come back. Shut up.
No, that's not what that means.
It doesn't make any sense for Samoa Joe to come back, unfortunately. He can do better in different places. I think it's going to be Impact still. And what I will say about Zelina Vega appearing and we'll save it for the high spot, but what I'll say is, even if she is the husband of Aleister Black, right? Yes. With COVID restrictions and such, I couldn't imagine that they're just letting anybody in there. So if she's coming back, great. It's a little weird. It doesn't really make any sense to me. You would have thought that she would have appeared in AAA just because that's where Andrade went, and they're such a good team together. But what does this mean? I don't know. We will get to it in the high spot.
I do have one more thing before we go to our number one.
Oh,
I don't know, Nick, if I ever showed you this, but did I wear this when I went to go see you? It's my mask, and it's Macho Man Randy Savage.
I think I have seen it, but what an amazing!
You see that?
What an amazing!
It's Macho Man.
Pose for him to be on there. Like, what the hell?
I've seen that picture before, and my godfather Jack, shout out to Jack, I love him so much. He got me that in the shirt I wore for WrestleMania, and I think I wore it on the show last week or 2 weeks ago. But he got me those things because he knows how much I love Macho Man. But like, it's some I love that. God, that picture's so funny. And to answer your question, Ryan, before I move on to our one count, do we think Adam Page takes the FTW title from Brian Cage at Double or Nothing? Is that match for the title?
It's not even that. It's like, what is the FTW title when it comes to AEW? I understand that, like, they're completely clearly down to have other brands championships in competition.
But this one's Taz's,
Right.
For Team Taz.
And listen, if Taz is okay with like letting up, and FTW now has the FTW championship is now there, Good. And to your point, before we move on, no, because it's going to be Okada. All right.
No, you're gonna drop that. We're gonna drop that right here. It's gonna be Okada.
That's right.
Shug,
You mean my son is Caucasian?
Sorry.
Shug, I'll do a hair reveal at the end of the show. How about that? We'll reveal the hair afterwards. I did cut my hair, but let's talk
no
about
shit. Like you have a lot of hair to pack into that head.
Right. I'm really hiding myself. Let's go to our 1 count, baby. Let's do this. Yo, so we're gonna have we've been doing a lot of news lately. We've been doing a lot of news lately on the show, and we said from the jump we were not going to be a news program, and we became a news program really, really fast.
It's easy.
So, it's really easy, and it's fun sometimes when I'm not crying and complaining in the high spot. But we're gonna do something we haven't done in a minute. It's been a minute since we've done this. It's our Wrestle Reel Cast. For those who don't know what a Wrestle Reel Cast is, let me tell you. So we're a movie channel. We are a movie channel. The channel's based off of movies. People like Nick make movies. So at the end of the day, when you boil Watt Real Entertainment down, it's movies. Except us. We are the one, or we're one of the few exceptions on Watt.
I was gonna say there's sports and stuff.
Right. Yeah. But we're the one, a weekly example of we're not doing movies. Right. Except for this segment. So for Wrestle Reel Cast, what we do is that we take a movie and guess what? We recast it with wrestlers. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. And we've done we did a movie with Kane and Undertaker. We've done Batman. Yeah. Like I think that was the last one we did was in November, right? That Undertaker one?
It's been a while, yeah.
It's been a hot minute. So today we're gonna do Mortal Kombat, not because the movie came out. Oh Jesus. Not because the movie obviously came out recently, but there's all this talk about The Miz possibly being Johnny Cage. And now that was definitely the inspiration for this 1000%. But we're going to do these 8 folks right here on screen.
Yes, Sub-Zero. Here's the thing is I need names attached to it because I don't know anything about this. So I'm not going to lie. I'm very bad.
Fine. I gotcha. So we're going to do like Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Shang Tsung, Sonya Blade, Liu Kang, Raiden, Kano, and Melina. Shouldn't be too crazy. Shouldn't be too difficult. Just 8, maybe some more if we can think of some. But let's start.
And if you guys want to jump in the comments and if you have any ideas, leave them in the comments because we do have 5 viewers for our live version of the show is a lot. And if you guys have any opinions, leave them in the comments. Anyway,
please. I want to start with Liu Kang if we can, please, Nick.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
What's up?
Well, why is Kung Fu Naki Liu Kang?
So to address that for a moment, right? I mean, I would prefer to stay, ethnically relevant to the character as much as we can, as close as we can. And I told you before the show, I had this crazy thing that we have not done on this segment yet, because typically we do WWE superstars. Well, when I was thinking of Liu Kang, my mind went elsewhere.
Okay.
It actually went to Japan.
Japan.
Because Liu Kang, in my perfect world, Liu Kang is Kota Ibushi. Like, When I think of Liu Kang, I love Liu Kang as a character. I love him in the games. I loved Ludi Link's interpretation in the movie. Yeah. But when I thought of who is somebody that I would think would be like the ultimate face of this, because Liu Kang in the video games, he's like the protagonist. Liu Kang is where everything circles around.
We are forgetting about what's his face in this version.
Who, Cole Young?
Yes.
Hell no. I remember Cole Young. I ain't forget his ass. But we ain't doing Cole Young. We're sticking to what's good. But to me, when I think of Liu Kang, I'm like, you know what? I think Kota Ibushi would be good for this, because Kota Ibushi,
disagree.
Great face, obviously. His run with New Japan and the things he's going to do is what he's known for. But something we didn't do to start the show is, if you're watching the wrestling this week, I kind of did. I may or may not have gone back and rewatched Kota Ibushi's matches from the Cruiserweight Classic when he was in it. Because them matches, boy, if that man had signed with NXT, he would have won the damn thing and we'd be in a whole different timeline.
Yeah.
But he didn't. And I'm kind of grateful that he didn't.
Yeah.
But damn it, I love Kota Ibushi so much. And to me, when I think of Liu Kang as a wrestler, I think of Kota Ibushi.
Well, and yeah, and I was gonna say, technically, you're falling into the WWE landscape of things, and technically, dude's already a freaking actor.
No shit.
Yeah, and you know the only reason why I know that is because freaking Wrestling with Regret. I was watching Brian Zane open up his fan mail, and somebody sent him that.
Really? Was that a Blu-ray? Oh my god. Rogue Doctor injected humans. That's nuts. A giant monster eats the city. Will anyone survive? It's a great tagline. Great tagline. Oh, we probably should mention this before we forget. Oh, hold up, where'd it go? Can I please? We have a Streamlabs. If you want to, don't feel like you don't have to. You're supporting the channel. We really do appreciate all the love. It's streamlabs.com/whoaretheypodcasts. So if you want to support the channel, support the show, by all means, don't feel pressured to though. Don't like we're just here to have some fun. But Wrestle Reel Cast, baby. Like, so Liu Kang is that's my Liu Kang. When I think of Liu Kang,
no,
where to go.
I can't disagree with that. I all jokes aside, Kung Fu Naki is one of the worst things that WWE ever did. So
that's a low ass bar.
Right.
There's a lot of crazy shit.
So I just had to make that joke because they made him go around wearing like a karate outfit, and it was just absolutely awful. But yeah, Kota, technically you're still falling into the WWE line of things because he was in the Cruiserweight Classic.
He was.
Yeah. And yeah, he's already been in a movie, so like you already got your leading man there, because in our world it's very clear that Ludi Lin is actually the star of this movie. Also, I mean, there's kind of an obvious one. I look at Sonya Blade, and I honestly think that's a picture of Charlotte right there.
Word. Okay.
Yeah. And Melina, I would probably go with Sasha Banks.
Okay. We're getting somewhere. So Sonya, I can rock with Charlotte. I like that. Plus, she's about to do that damn Walking Tall reboot.
Yeah.
So I can rock with Charlotte there. Plus, like, it's a matter of time before Charlotte breaks out. Talk about folks that are going to break out bigger than wrestling. I think Charlotte's on her way there.
Yeah.
Like, she may not be The Rock or John Cena, but maybe. But Batista, my man's an actor.
No, he's really
my man's an actor.
I would like to acknowledge that Batista is friggin' killing it.
Right, he's about to be in that Ryan Johnson flick. I almost thought that we should have done a murder mystery with wrestlers. That would have been awesome. But
save it.
Yeah, that's a whole thing we got to plan, and we can talk about that later. But I want to acknowledge Ryan's comment in the chat. Give me Vince as Shang Tsung, Sami Zayn as Kano, Phoenix as Liu Kang, Lynch as Sonya, Penta El Zero as Sub-Zero, and figure out the rest. Okay.
Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix. Okay, I was looking at something else for a second. I'm like, Beth Phoenix.
Beth Phoenix. Yo, if this was 2008, Beth Phoenix would have been a kick-ass Sonya Blade.
Oh, for sure.
She low-key still might be a kick-ass Sonya Blade.
I think she'd honestly be pretty good. But like I said, when I see this photo right here, I saw Charlotte for a second, like early Charlotte.
I like the... Okay, so Sasha as Melina is... Again, it's just like 2008. I would have put Melina as Melina.
Well, yeah.
Damn. I want to... I kind of want to throw, because if in my perfect world, I'm putting Sasha in all these roles.
Yeah.
She's a Mandalorian at the end of the day. I'm gonna do. Let's get crazy. I want to put Bianca Belair as Melina. I just something about I love Bianca Belair as a heel. I know they're pushing her as a super ultra mega baby face right now, as they should.
Is she a heel? Has she in NXT?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm less familiar.
That's where they kept the Street Profits and Bianca away from one another. Mm-hmm. Like now they're all like, "Oh, Montez, my husband," and it's like, "Oh, word!" Like we're just gonna straight up be like, "Yeah, I'm married to that man." But no, Bianca, she was the worst in NXT. Like she was like, because Sasha was almost like the prototype in NXT, where like, you want to know how to be a heel? Look at Sasha Banks, because when she was snatching little girls' headbands and making them cry and shit, like that's what's up. That's the party was at. Like, but I'm rocking with I'll rock with Sasha. Don't get me wrong. So you can make Sasha Sub-Zero. I don't give a shit. Like, but
you stole my idea.
But I could rock with Sasha, but huge mention to Bianca Belair as Melina as well. I'll put her as an honorable mention on my screen or on my little freaking what's this called whiteboard. So you got Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I don't want to say that they're the leads, but they're obviously the most recognizable characters in all of Mortal Kombat.
Correct.
So do we want to be practical with this, or do we want to be, let's get the two biggest stars and make them Sub-Zero and Scorpion?
Fuck it. Let's be practical. We need more practical in Hollywood.
Okay. So we're going to get, geez, where can we go with this? I don't know where my man's at or what he's doing right now, but I would love Kenta as Scorpion.
Kenta is Scorpion. Okay, I was thinking of a Sub-Zero for a second, but it's Okada as Sub-Zero, right?
Oh, okay. I completely forgot about Kazuchika Okada. Yeah. Okay. No, Okada has to be Scorpion then.
Okay.
And you gotta put Kenta as
Sub-Zero.
You gotta. Yeah. Damn it. Why didn't I think of Okada? Why did I think of Kazuchika Okada? That's the man right there. And then put Kenta. Word. That's some real shit. Damn. I'm mad I forgot about Okada. So, okay, well, we got 6 of them. Okay. And then we got Shang Tsung and what's it call it? Who's the other one? Kano. Kano. I like Ryan's suggestion of Sami Zayn as Kano.
Yeah, I could see it.
Like, you gotta be a dickhead because Kano was the best part of that movie. Let me put that out there now. I don't want this to become a review of Mortal Kombat, but he was the best part of that whole flick.
I would argue Sheamus as Kano as well.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Also, I know he's not on the picture, but I'm having a debate in my head as to whether I would do Big E as Jax or Titus O'Neil as Jax.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? We'll add that. I like
Deuce as Jax. No, I'm just kidding.
I would. Damn it. I want to put. Damn it.
If we're looking across history, Zeus is Jax.
If we're looking across history, if we're doing like an all-timers list,
that'd be different because clearly. No, I'm just kidding.
I like the Sheamus as Kano. I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Isn't he British or Irish? Or...
Who? Kano?
Yeah.
Australian.
Okay. All right.
I like that a ton. Shang Tsung. Oh, jeez.
Nakamura.
Oh, hell,
is Nakamura going to be your Raiden?
Oh, Nick with the good ideas.
Jay White is Shang Tsung.
Oh man, I kind of want Chris Jericho to be Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
Oh man, but you gotta dye Jericho's hair black. I don't know if you'd be cool with that. Damn, I like what you said about Nakamura's Raiden. That's a thing. Yeah.
A couple of AEW names I would throw out there as we're kind of tailing the end of this is putting Kenny Omega as Johnny Cage. Could be an interesting choice.
Ooh, Ryan in the chat. Bobby Lashley is Jax.
Ooh,
if we're looking at straight muscle, then yes, then Bobby Lashley. I kind of like the Big E choice. I really like the Big E choice for Jax. Kenny as Johnny Cage. I mean, it should be The Miz. And when they do Mortal Kombat 2, because I'm thinking the movie was successful, it should be Mike Mizanin. It should be.
I don't think that the freaking creator of Mortal Kombat was going, yeah, That's our Miz. That's our Miz right there.
That's our Miz. Yeah, Ed Boon was like, yeah, I can get behind that. Ah, damn it.
Johnny Mundo a close second.
Johnny Mundo is a close second. I like Kenny as I like Kenny as Cage a lot too, but I think the Miz would be perfect. The super actor type, naive as hell, about this whole ass tournament.
Everybody is below the Miz in this situation. It's like the Miz is Johnny Cage in this situation.
The Miz is Johnny Cage, yes.
Like, if that's not the casting that they go with, to me, I will be very shocked. I know a lot of people were throwing Ryan Reynolds out there, which I get.
He's too big, dude.
But
he's too big. I think I know Johnny Cage will steal every scene he's in if they do a second one. But Ryan Reynolds, I think that's too much. I think we're really hitting the nail too hard. We're hitting it too hard. If that was like Ryan Reynolds 15 years ago, I would have said yes in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Hi, vibrate.
Did you just burp or something?
No, my phone just did this awkward ass vibrate. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my phone off for a second. Why
is my boy Hakeem? No, I'm just
kidding. Toro. Yeah, Nick Mulbach, the African Dream. I'm gonna put.
I will not make my name that. That is Chris Anthony Lopez who's saying that.
Just for the record, I'm the one that said that.
Smackdown Anthony Lopez is the one.
Yeah, Smackdown. I put Biggie. I like the Biggie as Jax. I love Bobby Lashley's the choice Ryan put in the chat. I love Jericho as Shang Tsung just being this like obnoxious and extremely hateable the second the character pops up on screen. I think that's how Jericho's perceived a lot nowadays. If my marker can work, I'm gonna pick Jericho. Nakamura's rating's a good one. That was a really good one.
Thank you.
Did we forget anybody? So we got Scorpion, Kazuchika Okada. We got Sub-Zero, Kenta, Melina, Sasha Banks, Liu Kang, Kota Ibushi, Sonya Blade of Charlotte Flair, Kano is Sheamus. I love that one too. Shang Tsung, Chris Jericho, Jax is Big E, and Raiden's Nakamura. Oh, and shout out to the Miz being our Johnny Cage.
No doubt about it.
Is that, did we get them? I think we got them all right. It was at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and then we got two extra. We got 10. We fit 10 in there. I'd watch the hell out of that movie. Yeah. I'd watch the hell out of that. And yo, now that these act like Sasha Banks being in Mando, I think we're not talking about that as much as we should be. That's a pretty big damn deal. Like low key, that's probably besides Batista doing Drax the Destroyer, that might be like the next thing, like the next highest a wrestler's gotten in the pop culture zeitgeist outside of wrestling. Like what has Cena done that equates to Marvel or Star Wars?
He will be Peacemaker, and he will have a TV show called Peacemaker.
Right, but as of right now, and like Peacemaker, yo, obviously HBO Max approved the hell out of Peacemaker. That's why they did the show, and it's James Gunn, the same guy that did Guardians.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson as many things.
I think The Rock almost doesn't count because because he left to go do all that stuff.
Right.
And like I guess it's unfair.
I guess. Yeah. I can't,
because obviously the Rock became this personality unto himself. Not saying the other folks can't.
Right.
But yo, like Sasha Banks do Mandalorian, huge deal in my opinion. Huge deal. But there are a bunch of wrestlers over the last 20 years who have done some incredible things outside of the ring, of course, but inside the ring as well, especially on SmackDown. Let's get to the SmackDown portion. This is our SmackDown appreciation show. Let's have some fun.
This is our SmackDown appreciation show. Let's freaking get it. If I could scroll the right way to the name.
So
that's my favorite SmackDown superstar.
Last week was Throwback SmackDown. And of course, in honor of Throwback SmackDown, Nick and I
WWE sort of delivered.
Yeah, they sort of delivered. But I mean, it got ratings. People tuned in, and Nick and I, first of all, to all the folks that tag Nick and I and stuff on Twitter, thank you.
Yeah, seriously.
Love talking
I'm
wrestling.
sorry that I don't always respond to it. I just forget, and Twitter's not my favorite place.
Yeah, I try to get. I think I do a decent job. I cover for the both of us, Nick. I cover for Wrestle Reel as a group, as a duo. But last week I saw this interesting tweet.
Are not the same.
Yes, our opinions are not the same.
My opinions do not reflect the same as Chris Anthony.
Yes, I do not speak for Nick Mulbach. All I do is I
Chris
represent.
Anthony Lopez does not speak on the behalf of Nicholas Mulbach.
Yes, Nicholas Mulbach, the African Dream. But last week I saw this tweet about like who is the SmackDown superstar. When you think of SmackDown, who is the SmackDown personality? And I got into some discussions, not heated discussions, but I talked to some folks in my little Twitter feed, and we got into some differing opinions. No one agreed initially. A lot of names were thrown out at first. Granted, it was a lot like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Like it was a lot of those. But Nick, I want to ask you first, because you're the one that started it. You're the one that brought this tweet to my attention because you responded with somebody, and I would love to get your 2 cents on this. Nick, who do you think is the SmackDown superstar?
Okay, so full disclosure, this right here is our opinion.
Yeah, totally subjective.
This is our opinions of what we think is the SmackDown superstar.
Yes, facts.
Because mine is more biased than anything else. When I first saw Mark Calloway, The Undertaker, it was on SmackDown. And to me, he carried SmackDown. Now, I'm not going to deny that your pick is not the face of SmackDown either. But I'm going to argue the fact that when your pick was the face of SmackDown, he was a heel, and he did a really freaking good job of making me hate him.
Word, yeah.
And when I think of the face of SmackDown, I'm thinking of a face of SmackDown.
Sure.
And Undertaker, for me, growing up, I mean, sure, towards the end, and it's crazy to think towards the end because there was still another freaking 5 years after that. But towards the end, when he was having his terrible matches with Kane because he was so hurt and injured, yeah, that wasn't great. But The Undertaker had so many meaningful matches for me on SmackDown. And I'm not even saying like the American Badass Undertaker. I'm just saying like 2007 on Undertaker was just very important to me because he got me into wrestling.
Right.
There were times where the corporate ministry was formed on the first episode of SmackDown. And like that is important because that gave us, it was me, Austin. I'm surprised that this is the only Vince thing we have.
You mean my son is Caucasian?
And we don't have that saved onto here. But
there are a few things we need to add to our library.
My favorite quote of all time has nothing to do with "It's me, Austin. It was me all along." It's son of a bitch" in the background from JR. But for me, like I said, Undertaker is the man for SmackDown just because of the fact that that's where I was first introduced to him.
Sure. No, like that's totally valid, dude. Like this, like what Nick said, this list is totally subjective. Like it's not. I'm not about to go at anybody's throat until right now. So Nick, see, like I totally understand. I'm kidding.
What if it's just like
See, now in my experience, like SmackDown's the first show I watched out of all the wrestling things. SmackDown's what gravitated towards me first because it was Fridays and my mom let me stay up late to watch SmackDown on, I think it was Sci-Fi at the time. Yeah, might have been on Sci-Fi or it was on WGN. I don't know. I forget.
It was on. I remember it on Sci-Fi.
Although, it was on TV.
Gosh, was it on WGN at one point?
I think for me it was.
I think we might have had that for a little bit, and then it moved to Sci-Fi. Yeah.
It might have been a regional thing. Either way,
it was definitely on WGN. Sorry, I just wanted to acknowledge that.
So when I started watching that, it was like Chris Jericho and Rey Mysterio. I always credit those two as the two I gravitated towards because I thought their feud was so good. Yeah. And out of the two, Rey Mysterio really, really, absolutely brought it when he was part of the SmackDown 6, which I guarantee a lot of folks are going to think about the SmackDown 6 over the course of all this, as they should. With both Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, and my pick for the ultimate SmackDown superstar. I think it's Edge. Edge, to me, when I think of SmackDown and having such like lengthy and great feuds with a bunch of great wrestling matches and folks that really elevated the brand. Yes, Undertaker's right there, dude. Undertaker to me is probably my second choice. I might have, dare I say,
Kurt Angle was probably my second choice.
Angle's another great one. I think a friend of the show, Soda, mentioned that as well.
Yeah.
He said Kurt Angle, the Canadian boy, said Kurt Angle.
Canada.
You mean my son's Canadian? So I think I think Edge to me, like as a heel, right? Like Nick, to your point, when you think of face, obviously the good guy. But as a heel, Edge meant so much to a lot of people, and that was because not only his character was so good, but his wrestling backed it up as well. And he became so synonymous with SmackDown, not only because of the matches and the storylines he had with certain folks, winning tag belts with certain Hulksters, which, by the way, we did not do Real American. We'll do that next week.
Oh, right. Also, Hornswoggle is from Wisconsin, so he's not Canadian.
Yeah, word. So I'm mad you looked that up. But to me, like Edge, top heel on SmackDown for years, and he was on and off with the belt for years, and he had such great feuds with people like The Undertaker. I know you credit Taker Edge, one of your favorite matches of all time, if not your favorite match of all time, from WrestleMania 24. Mm-hmm. Like that match was really damn good. Stuff with Batista, stuff with Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio,
and again, they did a really good job of
Jeff Hardy's another one.
Hate Edge, although towards the end when he was doing the stuff with Paul Bearer, that was pretty cool. Right. When he was like pushing him down the stairs and stuff like that, and he had that feud with Kane, that was okay. But like, I'll be honest with you, I hated with a passion, and again, I was supposed to, but I hated Edge and Vicky Guerrero. I despised it because like it always just felt like to me this was their way to put Edge in every single main event. You know what I mean? Was Vicky Guerrero will come out and use her even though she's using Edge and blah 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 blah, or Edge is using her blah 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 blah.
Right.
And he's gonna randomly make out with Alicia Fox for some reason, and then Big Show's gonna make out with Vicky. And then like that shit. But another honorable mention.
Damn it! Yeah.
Because he though we know Brock as the show up, win the championship, and leave on Raw. Mm-hmm. Even though I believe wholeheartedly that if he comes back, he's coming back to SmackDown, just because of the Fox deal as is. That's
a fun combo.
He made his debut on SmackDown. He won his championship on SmackDown. He showed up with a mariachi band on SmackDown. He did a lot on SmackDown. And by the way, I will acknowledge, and I don't think I sent it to you on Instagram, I did see Shelton Benjamin and Brock Lesnar as the I forgot what their tag team name was, but they were fighting on I don't know when they were doing like full blown FCW shows, like if they just showed up for a dark match or something like that. But Brock Lesnar and Shelton Benjamin were the FCW tag team champions.
Yeah, they're like buds.
And what a match. Brock wins the match with a shooting star press. It's just beautiful, when he actually could hit it. Another moment though on SmackDown when he almost that was
WrestleMania. It was the build on SmackDown.
Yeah. So I would put Brock there, but again, Brock's name is synonymous with so much more now. I would argue that his name is not as synonymous with ending the streak anymore, though. Which again, I think WWE wasting it.
When people talk about the streak, it's more so like, oh my god, it happened, not really who did it. Which that would have happened for anybody. Like I know people are like, it should have been Randy, it should have been Punk. Well,
I think if Bray did it,
or Wyatt
would have been different, but like I said, you'll always have that. First of all, leave Bray Wyatt alone, for the love of God.
We love Bray Wyatt over here, Wrestle Reel.
Seriously, sorry.
We love Bray Wyatt.
Who deals with his own mental health problems at times. Leave Bray Wyatt alone, fans of WWE. Anyways, Bray or Undertaker needed to get his heat back, so Bray wasn't the new face of fear. I feel like he would have done way better with that on SmackDown again. But yeah, Rey Mysterio, I wouldn't.
Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio isn't somebody that. Rey Mysterio is just an enigma on his own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about Rey Mysterio in that sense, but Rey Mysterio is an interesting name on his own.
Talk about someone who made a huge impact. Like let me look at his stuff real quick. I don't think he's held too many belts.
SmackDown. I will argue, but for some reason, anytime that I think of Rey Mysterio, I think of the bullshit when he held the title for like 2 hours on Raw.
I don't want to talk about that.
We don't have to, but I'm just saying, like, for some reason, that's skewing me away from thinking about Rey Mysterio and SmackDown.
Well, that was on Raw.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, one of his biggest world title wins was on Raw.
Sure, but you can say the same. You can say the same thing for someone like Edge, who he had sex on TV on Raw, which is unprecedented. That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, Rey Mysterio. I think Rey's accolades don't back up how great and how influential he was. Obviously, he is the cruiserweight. If we're having that discussion, who is the ultimate cruiserweight, then Rey Mysterio, bar none. No one even touches him. I'm sorry. Like, to me, when I think of cruiserweights, I think of Rey Mysterio. When I think of luchadors, granted, I was born in 1997. When I think of luchadors, I think of Rey Mysterio as well.
Luchadors, I'll give you. Ray, it's interesting. You have to you don't look at WWE when it comes to cruiserweights. You look at WCW.
Yes.
And Dean Malenko is always going to be high on my list.
I know.
So is Chris Jericho.
WCW Jericho is still really good. If Shook's still around in the chat, I know he's a big fan of Dean Malenko.
I love Dean.
We do stand Dean
never
Malenko.
Got his due in the WWE, and it's
never.
And by the way, Mike Awesome did not get his due in WCW. I watched that video. That was holy crap.
You watched a lot of Wrestling with Regret this week.
That was the newest video, but like
I watched that video.
I still I thought about being the fat chick Thriller. Oh, that 70s guy was going to be my name today. I was thinking earlier before I hopped in here. I'm like, Shockmaster, because I don't have anything. But that 70s guy was going to be my name.
Yeah, we got to hit up Brian Zane one of these days.
I try.
But
right. Anyways,
we'll have to try again.
I'm diverting us from the point.
Rey Mysterio, I think he should still be considered. He may not be the biggest name. I know folks will probably skip over Mysterio in favor of someone like Kurt Angle that you mentioned, or Eddie Guerrero. That's another one.
Yeah.
Was Eddie even ever on Raw? I feel like every time I watched Eddie Guerrero, it was on SmackDown.
I'm sure he was.
Or even like in hindsight, when I rewatch Eddie's stuff, a lot of it was on SmackDown. Like, Eddie was crucial to that, and obviously part of the Guerreros, and he like part of the SmackDown 6.
I'll leave you with one more thing before we move on. I have an idea. I have something brewing in my head.
Okay.
Who was more synonymous with SmackDown?
Oh, man.
John Cena?
Ooh.
Or JBL?
Oh, hell on earth.
Because when I'm thinking about this, like from a heel perspective, JBL is synonymous with SmackDown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But so is John Cena. But John Cena, once they realized his star potential, they moved him to Raw and never looked back. Yeah. One of the worst nights of my life, I'm serious, I was so pissed off, was the draft when they moved him from Raw to SmackDown to Raw. As a cringy teenager, I think I was a teenager at that point. If I was an adult, this is sad. But still, as a cringy teenager...
it was a bit ago. It was a minute ago.
Yeah, as a cringy teenager, I was furious that night. I'm like, what the hell was the point? I was so excited for John Cena to have new feuds on SmackDown. Now, he did end up going back.
Inevitably,
he did. When they did the brand split, he was SmackDown.
The 2016 brand split. One of these days, Nick, I'm gonna pitch to you where we do a whole show about the 2016 SmackDown because that's when life was good.
Oh, it was so good.
Life was so good when the brand split happened in 2016. I'll never forget that.
Freaking WWE champion, and
Yo,
Ziggler was still a viable option as a number one contender.
Yo, AJ Styles was there. Bray Wyatt was on fire. Randy Orton. Yo, John Cena.
Little did we know later on, Bray Wyatt would be on fire, but on Raw.
On literal fire. But to answer your question, honestly,
JBL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I may not be a fan of John Bradshaw Layfield, he is one of the bigger SmackDown folks. And yes, Cena, since Cena's career was longer, I mean, I shouldn't say that because I don't know how long Bradshaw had been wrestling. But
He's been with the company for forever.
When Cena's become more synonymous with Raw. Like when we inevitably have that discussion.
Yeah.
Like, I think Cena's name will be up there. I don't know off the top of my head who I would choose, but Cena would be one of the names mulling around in my brain. And I think JBL, and shout out to Ferris Muthana. He said to me on Twitter that JBL is another one of those guys for SmackDown.
Yeah, I wouldn't deny it. That's why I was thinking about it, because it's like JBL kind of had that Jinder Mahal type out of nowhere. Oh, you're pushing this guy, but he developed into that main event asshole heel because he's really an asshole in real life.
Yeah, he is the worst.
He's a terrible person in real life.
Right.
Do I love him? Kind of. But like,
I respect him. I respect the shit out of JBL.
He's an asshole. But that said, we have a little bit more SmackDown ski comedy.
Oh, before we continue, before we move on. No, you're fine. I do just want to mention these names. We don't have to talk about them too much. Batista. You gotta mention King Booker. You gotta mention King Booker. How could you forget
Booker? Because his real main event status in the WWE, at least, was cemented on SmackDown.
Right. You gotta mention Booker, and a more recent pick, because I don't like what this man does on Raw, and I run him on SmackDown all the time. AJ Styles. I know I mentioned him a little bit ago. I mean it.
If we're gonna mention that, then Daniel Bryan.
Okay, then yeah, that's another one. Like I think these guys,
modern superstars synonymous with SmackDown. You know, Styles, Dean Ambrose was still with the company, then I would say Dean Ambrose maybe.
Because a lot of that Shield stuff was on Raw,
right? But I'm saying like his
Raw's extra hour gives Raw the advantage all the time because these superstars have more time on Raw.
Right. I mean,
but Ambrose having the belt, the big belt. It's very
hard to pick a modern superstar who's synonymous with SmackDown just because they shift people around so freaking much.
We'll revisit this conversation in a year, 2 years when we have like Wrestle Reel 200, and it'll probably be Roman Reigns if we're being
frank. It'll be Roman Reigns or still Daniel Bryan. It'll be
if he's still around. Oh, but no, we do have a fun third count where Nick and I did absolutely zero preparation for, but we are going to
make it fun.
Right. Like, because typically we like to prepare for these things, and typically we do prepare for these things, but this time we thought it'd be fun to go in blind and book the ultimate new school versus old school SmackDown. Let's do it. So,
to be fair, I'm almost 100% sure that I either glossed over this in our text messages to each other, or this is the first I'm hearing of this segment anyway. So that's how dry I'm going with this.
I will go on record in saying that when we discussed new school versus old school SmackDown was in the conversation.
I'm sure it was, dude. I've been having a week, I'll tell you.
And by all means, like it's all right, brother. But just for those at home, the ramifications of this are we're gonna be doing 5 matches. Now, to make things more fun, let's only do one multi-person match, like a triple threat or a fatal 4-way something, and one tag match.
Okay.
It's like we'll do that, and then the rest can be whatever the hell we want.
For SmackDown, old school versus new
SmackDown, and this has to be like folks that we would equate to SmackDown.
Yes.
Like, so the names we mentioned a little bit ago, a lot of those would be in the mix for this, alongside whoever's currently on the SmackDown roster. So just to put that out there, into the forefront.
And so this will be interesting because, you know, I named one beforehand. I could start with that if you'd like.
By all means, let's talk about it, brother.
Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle in a submissions match.
That could main event your show, dude.
Yeah. We
I
can
mean,
put the
I
title
bet.
on the line there.
Ah, damn it! I bet. See, now I want to get greedy. I'm gonna write these down. I want to get greedy and put Daniel Bryan, Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, Cesaro, like all them folks. Let me rephrase. Chris Benoit.
Actually, so
Cesaro.
you want to put.
I want to be selfish.
Daniel Bryan, Kurt Angle, Daniel Bryan, and Cesaro. Okay, cool.
I mean, I don't want to already give away the one multi-man match that we're gonna do in the first discussion, but I think we should do Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle. I think is an obvious one. Like that. That's something that we need to do. If we need to specify, give me bald Kurt and Daniel Bryan now.
Yes.
If we need to specify, like I'm talking like my man just shaved his head, Kurt Angle.
Sorry, Mother Moldock was texting.
Oh no, you're fine. But I'll put an asterisk by so we can revisit adding people to that match because of course I don't want this to be too bogged down by the amount of people. But damn it, that match straight up like peak Angle and peak Daniel. I would say Daniel Bryan's the best wrestler, like the best wrestling wise he is now, like right now.
Yeah. I have another. I have another one, but
please,
it could be an honorable mention. Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Ministry Undertaker.
Whoo! It's crazy how much I don't like Ministry Taker.
Oh, I know. Same here, but still, like mid 2000s Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt, or 2007 Undertaker on.
You're really jonesing for Taker versus Wyatt, aren't you? Like
See, I want it done properly though, and we didn't get Fiend versus Undertaker.
Didn't.
Okay, sorry. Undertaker versus the Fiend in a Firefly Funhouse match.
Yo,
only exploring his time with SmackDown.
I mean, even a Firefly Funhouse with the Undertaker in like 2007 would still been pretty cool.
There's so much you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Is the thing like there's so much you could do with Fiend.
Oh damn it! I want Roman Reigns somewhere on here.
Yeah.
And I was thinking Undertaker, like OG Taker. I know we've seen Taker Reigns before, but like peak Taker. You can even give me like WrestleMania 25 Taker. I'd take that. But Taker Fiend. Oh, damn it! You know, is the Fiend on SmackDown? Is that a Raw?
Okay, well, if we're talking right now, well, yeah, all right, fine. Undertaker, Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles and the Impact. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. That's I don't want matches that have happened. Clearly.
Oh, you don't want matches that have happened? Okay,
well,
we can do that.
I think there's enough to work with where that doesn't need to be the case necessarily. Kenzo Suzuki versus. No, I'm just kidding.
We can. Okay, so if you don't want to do matches that have happened, then I'll nix Taker Reigns. Then
the Rock reigns.
Oh, duh.
I mean, The Rock is another one of those names that is synonymous with SmackDown.
You know what? Holy shit. My whole setup because holy hell. So just to go back to that for a second. The Rock. He wasn't on it for too long. He was literally there for weeks. But without The Rock, there is no SmackDown.
Right.
Just put that out there right now. How dare we forget? I was going to mention it. I completely spaced on it. How dare I forget? Now, back to this. Yes, Rock reigns. 1,000%. Yes.
Oh, shit. Mankind versus Bray Wyatt. Oh, well, okay. Again,
we can't use Wyatt. Wyatt's on Raw.
I just thought about that for a second, though.
That would be hard, though. That'd be hard.
Mankind, like, on SmackDown? Aleister Black versus Mankind. That doesn't need to be one.
I'll jot it down as an honorable mention just in case you don't use it. Let me throw one at you real quick.
Yes, please, because I keep just talking and I need to shut up.
So you said Aleister Black and Mankind. Was Mankind on SmackDown?
I had to verify, but
I know he won the belt on Raw. But here, I'll throw this one at you. I said this on Twitter. I'll say it again. Eddie Guerrero versus Cesaro.
Sorry, I'm pregnant. No, I'm just kidding. That is
I want Eddie on this show.
a sexy match right there.
If Andrade was still around, I would have said Andrade. But
Seth
he would've been on
Rollins
Raw.
versus Eddie Guerrero would also be
Oh,
really good.
shit. Damn it. That's another good one.
Dominic Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. Holy shit.
Yo, that'd be one. Like, pluck them from the respective timelines and put them in a match together. Eddie would make Dominic look like freaking Bret Hart on some real shit.
I mean, yeah, perhaps.
If I could take, like, 2006 Rey Mysterio and put him against 2021 Rey Mysterio, I think I would cry.
Now,
yo, so I guess I had my my speech to text on. Here, you want me to read this to you?
Oh.
So, honorable mention, Aleister Black versus Mankind. A Raw, I said this on Twitter, I'll say it again. Eddie Guerrero versus Zara. I am out. I want Eddie on this show. If I drive Andrade and I rob shit, damn it, that's another good one. The one, pluck them from the respective timelines and put them in a match together, and he would make Dominic look like freaking Bret Harty on some real shit. If I could take the 2006 Rooms Stereo and put them against 2001 Ramos Theory, I think I'm a crap. That's what I just said according to my phone. For those just joining us, I'm gonna screenshot this. No, but Guerrero Rollins is another good one. You know what? You want to cheat? We can cheat. 2006 Mysterio, OG Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero against Seth Rollins. Who's another heel on SmackDown? No, Seth Rollins and Cesaro.
Okay.
Do you want to cheat?
Would you do the Usos versus the best tag team on SmackDown?
The best tag team. Who's the best tag team?
I'm trying to think of who the best tag team is.
Oh, Jesus. Of that time? Oh,
I will
man.
do my research.
Like Edge and Christian?
Yeah. Were they out there that long?
The Hardys? World's
Greatest Tag Team could be a good one to throw out there.
Like a technical match? Hell yeah. Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, that'd be hard.
Gosh, see, that's the thing is like London and Kendrick were SmackDown.
Oh, shit.
Eminem were SmackDown.
Oh!
Eminem versus
Eminem versus the Usos
would be pretty great.
Yo, oh
World's
my
Greatest
God.
Tag Team were Eminem. London and Kendrick would be according to online, London and Kendrick were the best tag team in SmackDown history.
Who's your source?
I was just looking at a list that said the best tag team of the 2000s, and London and Kendrick were the highest ranked WWE tag team, let alone
Word.
because Beer Money and
Beer Money.
Beer Money and Beer Money were the top two.
Nice.
2008 Beer Money versus 2009 Beer Money, I guess is
according to the internet, the Hardys would count. The New Day would count.
Yeah.
And the Usos would count as well, obviously.
London and Kendrick versus the Usos would be
damn it.
Kicky flippy like crazy.
Kicky flippy. I kind of want. Oh man, damn! I just kind of want. Damn, I want the new. If we're gonna
New Day versus who?
It'd be the Hardys.
New Day versus the Hardys. Oh wow!
Like Prime Hardys, so like TLC Hardys, against E and Kingston in the ladder TLC match, obviously. Like that'd be that's where my heart lies. That's where my heart goes.
I could be down for that. I just think you're sleeping on London and Kendrick. Because they were like the Rockers if none of them had personality.
Right.
Well, Paul London had personality when he was like smiling weirdly during the Vince McMahon explosion segment. But
right. Damn it.
We'll go with Edge. Well, see.
Oh, Edge and Christian.
Who do you? Okay, we'll go with the New Day versus one of those teams in a TLC match. But who do you associate more with the TLC match?
Edge and Christian.
Edge and Christian.
Edge and Christian.
As the winners of the 2 inaugural.
And I think the promos and the build leading up to that match would be absolutely killer.
Yes. Because I think that they would both be faces in this situation.
Yes.
And they would both do 10-second poses, and it would just be...
Yeah. They'd be jacking each other's gimmicks like nobody's business.
Yes.
Like 100%. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. No, they were Raw. Shout out to Team Hell No.
Team Hell No is amazing.
Great squad. Damn it. Yeah. Okay, so ENC versus the New Day. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Because screw it, it's free TV.
Freaking LC.
ENC versus New Day TLC match. That's the one gimmick we have so far. Oh no, you said Angle Bryan's the submission match.
It has to be. How could it not be?
Okay, so I got to put that back on this one. Submission. Okay, so as of right now, we have Angle Bryan with an asterisk. So, and I only have the asterisk there just in case you want to add somebody to that. Rock Reigns, New Day, ENC.
Love it.
And that's our one tag because we set the precedent of one tag match, and that's our one. Do we want to add some ladies into this match?
Well, see, and that is my thing for you that I have to. Mm-hmm. What women's wrestler do you associate most with SmackDown?
China.
Okay, China versus Bianca Belair.
Whew. Oh man.
Battle of the athletic strong women.
Right. Oh man. For the sake of Bianca, I would say Banks.
Banks China? I'm sorry. I'm trying. Yuck. I'm sorry. I don't want that.
Eat gad, Batman. Holy hell. You said oh my god.
I said yuck.
So you want Bianca in China?
I just think that when I think of China,
you want the women's champion facing off against China.
When I think of China,
not that I disagree with you. I want to know your sense.
I think of power.
You want them to like deadlift one another?
Well, it's not that. It's just like I think that it would just be a harder match, if that makes any sense.
Wait, define hard.
Like harder hitting.
Oh, sure. It'd be more physical.
Yeah, because like Sasha would be good and all. And I know you want to throw Sasha into everything. Sasha versus Roman Reigns. Why not?
Book it, Vince. Come on.
But
I watched the shit out of that.
Because like at the same time, I'm going Nia Jax versus China would honestly be okay. Because I would want China to bench.
That'd be cool. I think Nia's doing a lot on Raw right now. So
she is. Because then I'd go Shayna versus China would be the choice.
That'd be nuts.
It's the obvious choice.
That'd be crazy as hell.
If I'm associating Shayna with Raw, because I think that is where she is, I would definitely go with. To me, it's Bianca versus China.
Okay, no, and I can rock with that. Of course, I just had to try and get Sasha into this, but I can rock with the current women's champion of SmackDown facing off against the woman to first hold some men's gold, the IC belt. Took it off of Eddie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So Speaking of Eddie, we got to get Eddie on
Jericho.
this card.
No, they fought for it. No, did she take it off of Jericho? No.
I think she beat Eddie. She might have wrestled Jericho.
No, they were like a tag team together.
I didn't. That makes sense. I know Jericho was working with China at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Okay. So our locks are Rock Reigns, Belair China, ENC versus the New Day TLC, and Brian Angle submission. Do we want to add someone to that, or do we just want to have a crazy ass multi-person match to finish off this thing?
I want it to be a 30-minute Iron Man submissions match between Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle. Because I just want to watch them wrestle like circles around each other. That would be amazing.
Nick Molbach out here bringing the heat.
Okay, so that's 4 matches, right?
30-minute Iron Man submission match.
Is that 4 matches or is it 5?
We have 4. You mentioned Mankind versus Aleister Black.
No.
Okay, Nick has soured on Mankind versus Aleister Black. So now we have 4.
I'm just thinking about. I want to do one more before we move on to the high spot and end this show.
We do need one more. We need one more without the 5. We gotta. Okay.
Who do we have Undertaker face?
Oh shit! We didn't put the Undertaker on this thing. Oh, hell on earth.
It's like I look at the SmackDown roster and I don't see anybody who would fit well.
Oh. And Edge isn't on this shit. Neither one of our picks for these SmackDown superstars is not on this thing.
Yeah, Edge and Christian.
Oh shit, yeah. But I got Edge. I picked Edge post Edge and Christian.
Right, I know, but
okay, let me toss this at you. Okay, this is sound stupid. Okay. Number one contender championship scramble. Eddie, Mysterio, Cesaro, Rollins, Taker.
Nakamura.
I
don't know. When those championship scramble matches, it's usually 6.
Oh, okay. If we gotta add a 6th, like can we think of someone better than Nakamura to put in?
Whoa!
Or is Nakamura the sentimental pick? Dude, come on. Like I gotta. Okay, so I said.
Kevin Owens.
Oh shitballs. Yeah, I'd be. Styles, dude.
Yeah, if we're not looking at like the SmackDown roster from today.
Oh shitballs. Yeah, you're right. Damn. Why is he on Raw? Yeah,
because he has to be paired with Omos.
Oh man. Yes. Okay. So number one contender championship scramble. Winner faces the winner of Reigns and Rock.
You know what's really bizarre?
What's up?
I'm looking at the SmackDown roster and Maurice is on SmackDown.
Really?
Yeah, that's weird. Anyways, go on.
Weird. So, are we cool with that? Just so we can fit in everybody.
Yes, we are cool with that.
Okay, so just to recap, you got Guerrero versus Mysterio versus
we still
Taker.
need our 5th match.
This is our 5th match.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
because I thought we were eliminating Cesaro Rollins at that point.
They're in this match.
Right.
Yes. So, I'll read off the list one more time.
Or wait, well, Eddie Guerrero versus Seth Rollins was one of our matches, so we just got rid of it.
No. I didn't. At least I didn't write that one down.
Oh, whoa.
It was one we discussed. Yeah.
Gotcha. Because I was gonna say Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens would be like my last pick, but it's like I don't believe that like Stone. I don't associate.
He's a Raw guy
necessarily with, though he was there.
Yes, he was. He did ever so briefly. He was on SmackDown. Yeah.
Yes.
So, I go Guerrero versus Mysterio versus Taker versus Cesaro versus Rollins, and we had a 6th. Oh, Nakamura. just for in my opinion, Nakamura wins this damn thing. So our 5. I'm gonna take the asterisks off this. Nick, that's one. You had one. You went nuts booking Brian Angle. So
my favorite match.
Okay. Nick, actually, I'm gonna read these off to you. You tell me who wins. Brian Angle 30-minute Iron Man submission match.
Right.
Whew, putting them over. ENC versus New Day TLC match. Who wins? Hypothetically, for the World Tag Team Championship. Edge and Christian, got it. Bianca and China, who wins?
I'll let you pick.
In a perfect world, Bianca, probably China.
That's what I didn't want to pick it because I didn't know who to pick.
And number one contender championship scramble, Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio versus The Undertaker versus Cesaro versus Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Nick, who you got?
Because I want to see Eddie Guerrero versus Roman Reigns. Eddie Guerrero.
Nice.
But
nice.
Nakamura in a perfect world would be my pick.
In a perfect world.
Because I finally want Nakamura to just go.
Okay. Now, I mean, in the perfect world, yes, Nakamura. Probably, it should be Eddie.
Yeah.
Did I say? Oh, and Rock Reigns. Who wins Rock Reigns?
Roman Reigns.
Roman
Reigns is the biggest friggin' superstar they will ever have at this point. Or that's what they want you to believe.
That's what they want us to believe. And as of right now, I mean, shit, he's living up to it. And so I'm assuming Rock Reigns main events.
No.
What main events?
Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle.
To me, that's
a dream match right there. Like, I've thought
Rock Reigns is a dream match now.
It's going to happen, though, at WrestleMania, so I don't want to...
Show you right. You're right. ENC versus New Day?
That wouldn't main event.
No, but that's a dream match, too.
It is. But that's more in the style of leading up to the match.
Sure.
I wouldn't... I mean, like, don't get me wrong.
Brian Angle is impossible to happen right now.
What?
Like ENC versus New Day, it is possible to have this match. It just won't because Christian's in AEW.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily. I'm thinking Prime.
No, I'm assuming all these folks are in their prime as well.
But because like I don't want to think about that match because that would be a terrible match.
What would be terrible?
A modern day Edge and Christian versus.
I wouldn't say it would be terrible, but it would be underwhelming because it wouldn't be what we're dreaming of it right now.
Right.
In my opinion, Rock Reigns does main event, but Brian Angle is how you open. To me, that's how you open the show.
Well, it is.
You don't do no opening promo to start the damn show. You play Daniel Bryan's music.
Superstars on the stage.
Right, and you play Daniel Bryan's intro. The man comes out. They announce him. Angle comes out. You suck. Bell rings. Start the damn timer.
With his classic "I don't suck" entrance, the best entrance ever.
Yes, his classic "I don't suck" entrance.
Don't suck. I don't suck. I don't suck. And then he raps.
Oh Jesus! Damn, Kurt Angle is so good.
Who faces against these guys?
I'm
kidding.
It'll be
Hakeem.
Yeah, King African Dream or Mexico. But I think
it's time for a high spot.
Let's do it. Yes.
We getting to be that point of the show where like I haven't played 6,000 for things.
He's fat.
And we're losing it talking about friggin' I'm singing the "I don't suck" entrance, which like my brothers don't necessarily like wrestling. They love the "I don't suck" entrance theme.
Yo,
they loved it. They were like, "What is this? It's so funny."
Yo, Kurt Angle was freaking hysterical. I know he gets his credit. I mean, I like to think that when we think of the funniest superstars ever, Kurt Angle should be one of them. But
what about the most unintentionally funny wrestlers of all time?
You mean my son is Caucasian?
I think that was Vince had to have said that expecting a laugh, and he freaking got it. But we booked one hell of a SmackDown, Nick. We booked one hell of a SmackDown. But in the cleanest transition of all time, right now on SmackDown, Aleister Black's currently trying to make his way back onto regular programming. You know, doing these little vignettes of who is Aleister Black Thank God they did not change his name or shorten it or some bullshit because we haven't seen our man in like a year. But his
call a guy black.
Right. It's like you're saying my son. So
my son is Caucasian?
But Aleister Black's real life wife, Thea Trinidad, she was released from WWE late last year because of the whole Twitch thing, right? And I know we talked about it on this show before, and you alluded to it earlier, Nick. She's back.
Maybe.
Apparently, supposedly. She was seen at the Performance Center. Granted, that don't mean shit. But
it could though.
But it could.
Because, like I said, somebody, I don't know who I was talking to. I think it was somebody at work. I was like, with COVID restrictions, they don't want a bunch of random people in there. I guarantee it.
But that's one of your superstars' wives.
It
at
is.
the same time.
It is. I mean, Maurice is there.
Obviously, yeah.
So,
like, plus she's still on camera talent.
Right. But it wasn't that she was arriving with Aleister Black. She was arriving with The Rock's daughter.
Yeah, with Simone, right? So okay.
With what?
Simone?
Oh, I thought you said Samoan. I'm like, damn.
No, I believe her name's Simone.
Yeah.
It is. Which that sounds a lot like Samoan. I see. There's no coincidence, Dwayne. So in regards to this Thea Trinidad, Zelina Vega back stuff, it pisses me off because she shouldn't have been fired in the first place. And I know this. It just takes me back to this whole let wrestlers do the whole Twitch thing because who gives a frick? Lord knows I don't. Neither does AEW apparently because they definitely let WWE hear it. But she shouldn't have been fired from the jump. She was an example. She was an example of what would happen if you broke the rules. And I hate that. And now for months we've been talking about what's the future of Zelina Vega / Thea Trinidad. What's the future? What's the future? What's the future? Now, if you bring her back, obviously she will succumb to the rules like all these other folks have been. AJ Styles, Cesaro, Xavier Woods, all them folks, Austin Creed. But she's back at the Performance Center, and I would have loved for her to go to AAA. I know there are rumors of Andrade going to AEW. I saw them shits on Cultaholic. Shut up, Car. I'm talking. Yeah. But I think this whole Zelina Vega stuff, I think it's inevitable that she comes back. They really did her dirty. No Samoa Joe coming back. No Mickey Jameson coming back.
Mickey Jameson
never coming back.
The Iconics definitely are going to another. Are apparently going to AEW.
As they should.
Which no, they should be going to Impact.
Oh, they should go to Impact.
Those not tag team championships. They're just waiting there for him.
I mean, they can do both. Kenny's doing both, but I think Zelina Vega, if she's going to go back to WWE, they should have her wrestle because she can wrestle. Yeah. I know she's a great mouthpiece and she's a great manager. She was great doing the stuff for Andrade and for Angel Garza, but then they split them up for the stupidest reason because you can't have
her back up with Angel Garza
because Lord knows he needs it, and like we had too many Latinos in the same group. Like it's just frustrating because it takes
my son is Caucasian.
Sorry,
no,
that felt like the perfect
fine.
time for me to say that.
Anytime race is brought up on this show, you mean my son is Caucasian?
It lightens the mood.
But I think that if she is back, good. You're right one wrong.
Yeah,
to an extent. Like I don't think WWE is entirely forgiven because they brought her back. She shouldn't have been let go in the first place.
No,
and I think part of me likes to think that Aleister Black was punished because of his association with her, obviously. But it's frustrating. It's stupid.
If we pair her up with Angel Garza, because originally the plan was to pair her up with Eva Marie.
Yeah. Oh Lord Jesus.
That was a plan at one point, was to pair Angel Garza up with because there was that mystery woman who was handing roses to her, something like that. It was going to be Eva Marie. Gross, nasty, yuck. She should be. Bailey's go. I don't know if. I think Bailey's being a heel, obviously, but I don't know if there's some truth to her going after Eva Marie or like Eva Marie related things on Twitter. And I'm retweeting all of them because I agree. But like I said, before we wrap, this was just something that was intriguing to me because it's like apparently she was filming something there, so this could just be, they could be doing a 24 or
Right.
something like that. We could be
Right.
reading into this completely for nothing.
And odds are we are. Odds are we are.
Odds are we are, but there apparently are plans to bring her back. That's just what the wrestling dirt sheets are saying. Is that
a lot of folks are picking up on it too. I saw like Wrestle Talk picked up on it, Cultaholic, the folks at Going in Raw, shout out to Steven Larson, they picked up on it. They're talking about it. So anything's possible with wrestling. Literally, if Bret Hart came back, anything is possible.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to hold my breath for Zelina Vega, because if recent history has proven anything to me, it's that returns are always underwhelming unless your name is Edge. So
unless CM Punk ever comes back.
Even then, I stopped holding my breath for that 5 years ago.
I say they rehash an old gimmick.
You mean my son is
Mr. Kennedy? I'm just kidding.
We're on some real shit.
You mean my son is Mr. Kennedy?
We have some Mr. Anderson. But Nick, before we wrap the show, per usual, did we miss anything? I liked what we did today. This is a good show.
It was a great show, and like every single time that you go, I have some actual bad, sad news to, I guess I could say breaking news, to report at the end of this show.
What?
I'm going to take our names off of this for a second. And the Streamlabs is there. It is being reported that New Jack has passed away at the age of 58.
Oh, snap.
Ryan Satin just tweeted it out. I love New Jack. That sucks.
Wow. Did it say of what?
A heart attack.
Damn it.
According to PWI Insider, ECW star New Jack has passed away at the age of 58. And I always bring up Brian Zane on this show. I wouldn't have even known who New Jack was unless Brian Zane didn't bring him up. But he was crazy. Love New Jack to death. That sucks. Not necessarily a person that you would think of in your mind every single day, but always just a reminder to love everyone, because it's going to cause a lot of people pain. And to go back to the high spot for a few seconds to my point about Bray Wyatt, dude's dealing with a lot of shit right now. He asked for time off after John Huber died, and he asked for more time off after it happened again, because it's clearly he wasn't in shape when he came back. That the news finally broke as to why he lost to Randy Orton and why they did things the way that they did, was because he needs more time off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hard to deal with shit like that. Even if Huber wasn't with the WWE, he was still incredibly close with Bray Wyatt, or Wyndham Rotunda, as I still think that's the greatest name in the world.
It's a kick-ass name.
Just if there's anything that I can say, is first of all, cherish the people around you, but at the same time, be kind to people, especially in the wrestling community. These people are out here performing for you, entertaining you. They don't have to, yet they are every week. And you hear shit like is going on with Bray Wyatt, where he is taking a mental health break off of wrestling because of John Huber dying, and because of the way that people have been treating him about, the Bray Wyatt character and stuff like that. Though he created the Bray Wyatt character, are you all aware that wrestling is a work? I'm not going out of my way to say that wrestling is fake, because it's not. But wrestling is a work. Another company comes in and goes, this is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to do it. Bray Wyatt is an example of a wrestler who is able to get the people. Bray Wyatt's an example of a wrestler who was able to take something that he created and get it over with higher management and stuff like that. He's an example of what WWE fans want out of a wrestler, is to have crazy ideas and to have amazing things and blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, all I'm saying, as I mentioned before, as a person who deals with his own mental health problems at times, we need to be kinder to people, especially in the wrestling community, because, Bray Wyatt, this just means a lot to me because I love Bray Wyatt to death. And he went on this, he posted this very deep post and message on Instagram to thank the people who are in his life directly. because if they weren't there, who knows what would happen, types of a situation. And it's just wrestling fans, be better.
We forget sometimes that
We do. Don't get me wrong.
and it's everybody. It's
we can
everybody.
be hard asses at times,
Right.
There was a point where I was like, oh, well, the WWE's wasted all the potential of Bray Wyatt. And then Bray Wyatt came back and he owned this incredible character that he created and a mask that he created with a guy from friggin' what's it called? Oh gosh, what's the bit? Slipknot.
Mm-hmm.
They did the entrance. It's just like, the guy is giving his heart and soul every single week, and it breaks my heart to read things like that. You know what I mean?
No, and when you sent me that stuff, and I don't think Wyatt has said anything about that directly, or if this came from anywhere, but we as wrestling fans, we do forget that these folks are real people, and it's bigger than wrestling, because at the end of the day, who gives a shit about wrestling? And I know these folks make their lives off of it, and we really enjoy the art form and the medium. But I tell people all the time, when people get mad at movies, who gives a shit? It's just a movie. Who gives a shit? It's just wrestling. And when people pass away, like New Jack at the young age of 58 years old, these are real people, and it sucks that New Jack, he will go down in the halls of wrestling history for not even being a WWE guy. You know what I mean? He made a name for himself doing the craziest shit I've ever seen in or out of a wrestling ring. So rest in peace to New Jack, and our condolences to his close loved ones from all of us here at Wrestle Reel. Not the news we would like to break to end the show here for Wrestle Reel, but in the meantime, be cautious of one another. Be good people. At the end of the day, doing whatever you're doing, just be nice to one another. If you want more of Nick and I in the meantime, before next week's show, go ahead and follow us down on the Twitters below or on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment if you're watching after the fact. I said I'd do a hair reveal. I'll do it briefly before we wrap. This is my hair now. It's a little smooshed because of
throwback to when I first met you.
Right, and it's gonna look different. Maybe not next week, but the week after it's gonna look a little bit different too. So for that 70s guy, Nick Malbach, my name is Chris Smackdown Anthony Lopez. It is a Watt Boy summer over here at Watt Reel Entertainment, and this has been another Wrestle Reel. Be good people. We'll see you guys next week.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause